Thank you. I think we have agreed Section 9. Section 10, the question 10 stand part of the bill, is that agreed? Section 11, the question 11 stand part of the bill, is that agreed? Section 12, the section 12 stand part of the bill, is that agreed? Section 13, the section 13 stand part of the bill, is that agreed? Section 14, the section 14 stand part of the bill, is that agreed? Section 15, the section 15 stand part of the bill, is that agreed?
Could I just say something very brief on section 15?
Yes.
I know there's no amendments in on it, but
oh, you're quite entitled to.
Yep, thanks, Chair. And I did raise this in the second stage speech about the transition period and specific issues about the transition period. And I welcome the Minister to House, and I thank you, Minister, for responding in your second stage speech to some of the comments I made. Now, since second stage, I've received correspondence from Brian Walker, who I know has been in touch with many of us very helpfully, just giving us some thoughts on his experience, having been, he's a barrister. He's been going around the country presenting seminars about the bill and has met with many accountants. And he had a question really following from what I had said at second stage about the transition period, and in particular about the commencement date, because clearly the transition period in section 15 means the period expiring 18 months after the commencement of this section. Now, I wonder if the Minister could just clarify. I know it's section 1 that deals with commencement, but has a commencement date been set? The Companies Office, according to Mr Walker, appear to be gearing up for 1st January 2015 commencement, but I'm not sure if that has actually been agreed or if that has been sort of confirmed anywhere. And the other point is, I suppose, the reason why that's important is because while most practitioners agree the 18-month transitional period is ample and sufficient to allow companies avail of the transition period, they're anxious that many aspects of the bill would come into force sooner rather than later. And I know Section 16 allows for the extension of the transition period, and I suppose there's some concern about uncertainty about the actual time period. I think that's a particular issue. And the other issue that's of interest is that he points out that there may not be a substantial number of companies making the application to convert over to the new LTD, the new limited company, since they may take the view that if it's going to happen anyhow automatically at the end of the transition period, it may be simply to allow the default to occur. So I know these are some of the issues I raised about transition and about the practical impact, and I just thought it would be worth raising them again on section 15. Thank you.
Do you wish to respond, Minister?
I note the points made by the Senator, and there is a general agreement that the 18-month period was the best period, and but we will aim to have a specific date as soon as possible, which doesn't give the Senator too much comfort, but there is a recognition, of the need to aim for a specific date as soon as possible, and we are very cognizant of that.
Thank you. So I'll again say that section 15 stand part of it, is that agreed?
Agreed.
Section